see a lot of Tatum, Brown handling the ball today. It was a lot more Derek going to the pick and roll with KP a lot. What was the difference in approach for this one?
I think it's just continuing to find that balance. Because of their switching, they went away from their Valanciunas and they played small and they were switching more. And we wanted to attack that matchup in the D White KP and force those 2-on-1s from the post up. So we got really good frequency out of that, about 4 or 5 times, and then we changed it and got a wide open 3 there. So to me, that's just the trust that the guys have in each other to go to different combinations depending upon how teams are guarding us. And how they're trying to, defend us.
This is another one of those things that you can kind of work on, like you were talking about Porzingis on the switch in the last game, going through 5. This is another one of those elements where you can just keep going to it until it stops working.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were getting exactly what we wanted. We were getting the ball in the post. We had great spacing, and we were forcing them to either double or collapse from the baseline. We got a layup to Jalen. We got an open 3 for Derek. KP might have gotten drawn a foul. So, I think it's just finding, can we get a couple things and really just work to execute depending upon the coverage. And I thought the guys did a really good job executing that.
What changed defensively after the first quarter?
The guys that we were willing to let shoot the ball with contests missed. And so I thought we played with effort the entire game. I thought the points off turnovers and some of their non-shooters made shots. And, if you take a look at the first 21 points, the 2 threes from McCollum in transition came off turnovers. And then they had 9 points on guys that we need to get out and contest, but that we wanted to help off of and get back to. And so they made those, and I think that kept them in the game. And then we did a better job in the second half of kind of shifting and getting back to them. We did a good job contesting them, and those guys missed them. And so we were able to keep them out of transition as well. So the effort was there. The defensive execution as far as game plan was there. But I think transition and some unlucky shot making is kind of what had that close in the first half. But I thought we turned it up. I mean, you had 3 25-point quarters in a game. We also decided, to do that. So you can't take away from our guys and their ability to defend at that high level and get 3 25-point quarters.
Sure. 11-point quarters got to make you happy.
Absolutely.
What did you guys do?
They had 7 with 4 to go. I thought we could have kept them under 10.
Yeah, what did you do against Zion? Zion obviously got going early.
Yeah.
You switched some things on him.
I thought Jalen did a tremendous job of just making it difficult for him. Again, I think he still got his average on free throws, but we did a better job. I guess I don't know what he got, but it just felt like we didn't foul him. I know he got those, but we kept him out of transition. We kept him out of the paint, and the guys guarding on the perimeter did a great job of showing help on Zion to his attacks. He had to pick up the ball earlier in the paint than he normally does, and we were able to get out to those guys to contest. But I think it started with whoever was on him between JB and Drew. Their point of contact and their physicality was tremendous.
Drew was great defending, funneling the ball into KP. KP had 4 blocks for another 2 months. Just how good are they, in, not just in the pick and roll, but when KP isn't engaged in that part of the action, KP knowing when to rotate?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight I thought it was a credit to the guys. Like, we played a bunch of different lineups. We changed sub-patterns. We played more double big at certain moments, and then we were able to help more and protect the paint and do those type of things. So I thought the ball pressure from JB and Drew and whoever was on Zion and the ability to do both, help at the rim and get out to guys, like our activity off the ball was great from all the other guys, whether it was Tatum, Peyton, Sam. And I think the other thing from this game that I was really excited about is we sat Derek, JT, and JB for extensive minutes. And we have a ton of weapons, and we have to be able to go to different lineups that bring different things. And I thought that lineup to start the fourth quarter without Derek, JT, and JB did a tremendous job pushing the lead up and giving us a different look. And that's the trust and the things that we have to be able to go to in different games.
Joe, McCollum got going early. I think he hit a 3. Called timeout, 21-13, and he goes to the crowd and kind of it was a big game for them, and you're used to that. But you guys responded. It seemed like they hit first, but you guys were and just kind of hit back.
Yeah, no, I definitely think they hit first. And I think this team is a tough, tenacious team. I mean, they hit first against us the last time. I think they had us down 20 or something like that, maybe more. So they definitely hit us first, and I thought our guys did a great job keeping their poise. But also kind of responding in the way that we know how to with our defense and our offensive execution.
Jalen, early in his career, he was defending 4s a lot of the time, just kind of how he first started getting minutes. It's been mostly kind of guards and wings, and this year he's been wanting to take on those bigs. Like, he actually wanted to guard Jokic. Tonight he's really getting physical with Zion. Just how much have you seen him kind of get back to being more of a physical ruggedness?
I think it's not necessarily getting back to. I think we've just changed the way we play a little bit over the years. Like our system has changed. You know, when he was first in the league, it was a lot of maintain and off ball, and you know, there wasn't as much switching, and so he was locked in on one particular matchup. And so I think the difference this year is the pride that he takes in guarding whoever he needs to guard, depending upon what's best for that particular game, whether it's guarding a guard and chasing over and pick and roll, picking him up full court, or guarding a guy like Zion that he has to get high pickup points on. So I think he's understanding that he can have a crazy impact on the game in many ways without scoring, and he's taking pride in that. And I think his defensive ownership has been big for us.
Coach, you spoke about early in your soliloquy. You spoke about
Soliloquy?
your team has the lowest average of points off turnovers, right?
Yeah,
NBA.
yeah.
The Pelicans had 12 in the first half.
We talking about offense or defense? We have on offense.
Allowing teams points off turnovers.
I got you. Yeah.
So, the Pelicans had 12 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You spoke about redirecting players in transition. Is that like something you guys talk about? Like when there's a turnover, just redirecting them on a fast break rather than just allowing them to get up the floor?
I mean, no, we mostly talk about trying not to turn it over. That's the biggest thing and having an understanding of where those turnovers come from. Usually they come from either not being strong with the ball, poor spacing, and then, you know, poor spacing forces you into a tough decision. And so really it's just about trying to be tough with the ball and have great spacing so that we don't get into those. So, you know, I think we end up with 13, but we had, 8 of those in the first half, and so we just cleaned it up in the second half.
Joe, back to the fourth quarter stuff. It seems like when in Atlanta especially, the pace really slows down, more so than the usual natural fourth quarter slowdown of pace. Today, you guys played with like a better pace in the fourth quarter. Is that something that you guys have noticed, addressed, or anything like that? Like when it slows way down, like Jason took that 8-second violation of the last game, like that kind of stuff. Is playing with the better pace down the stretch a focus or anything you guys talk about?
I think the difference between that game and this game was we got stops and held them to one shot, so we weren't taken out of the net every other possession. So I think that allows us to get into our stuff quicker. But I do think today, you're right, we don't necessarily want to play faster, we just want to think faster. We want to get to our spacing faster, think faster, get into what we're really trying to execute at that particular time. And so I think that's the biggest thing. But I have to go back. One of those Atlanta games, we actually played faster in the fourth quarter than our average is. I have to go back on which one it was. But tonight we flowed faster. Like we got into our spacing faster. We knew exactly what we wanted faster, mainly because we only ran one thing.
Right, but you run that one thing and you get gets it to KP, kicks back out, you get a swing, you get multiple options.
Yeah.
When you get into it a little bit quicker. And you
No question. Yeah.
As opposed to start the play with 10, 11 on the clock.
Yeah.
Kind of eliminate, you yourself eliminate your own options.
Yeah, so I think we got stops, which helped us this time. But we did a better job of just flowing into exactly what we wanted. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.